Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing this look for you. It is a really fun and aggressive green eye that reminds me of a cocktail called the Mojito. You'll find a recipe for the Mojito in the down bar. I thought this would be a fun color to do for my next look in my cocktail series. Mojito is a really fun, minty, fresh kind of cocktail. It always makes me think of Miami. I'm not really sure why, but it is a really fun look. I used the NYX Modern Dreamer palette, which was my first time to use it, and I was really impressed with that palette. So yeah, if you are interested in seeing how I got this bright green, fun, maybe more nighttime look. Yeah, more of a nighttime look. Just keep watching. All the information that you'll need is in my down bar. Don't forget to give me a like and subscribe, and that is going to be it. So let's get started. Okay guys, here, yes, I look rough, but we're gonna get started with the eyes. So I have my mirror right here in front of me so that I can kind of see. So when you see me look off to this direction, that's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna be using the NYX Modern Dreamer palette. I love this palette. I think it's so pretty. I just really love all the colors in it. But today, since we're gonna be doing a color scheme that is in the green family, I thought that that would make a perfect Mojito. So Mojito obviously has the mint leaves in it that have been muddled in the bottom and that sort of thing. I will throw up a good recipe. Time out. I'll throw up a good recipe in the description bar below if you want to make one of your own, but that's in case you've never had one. They're really yummy, actually. I think so anyway. Okay, so I'm going to be using this palette, but before I do, I need to prep my lids, and so I'm going to go ahead and go in with an eye primer. Now I'm just using the NARS because it's what I have, and it's lasted for forever, and I would really like to get it used up, but it seems like it's just going to keep going and keep going and keep going. It really is a great primer. There are others out there that are really, really good. I know the Smashbox primer is really good, and the Milani eyeshadow primer is really good. I just happen to have this one. I purchased it. I'm not gonna let my money go to waste, obviously. I do have the Milani, and it's just as good, and I keep it on hand in case I want to travel or something. I can put one in my bag and leave one at home and that sort of thing. So all I do is I just rub it in until it's starting to dry a little bit and it becomes a little tacky. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with this NYX a jumbo eye pencil in milk, and basically I'm just going to put this down as a, I guess you could say a base so that everything shines brighter. So let me grab a brush that I think will work. Let's go with, I think I'll go with this one. It's just a little shader brush from Morphe. It is the E14, and it's the one that I use for pretty much everything. It's just a little fat, short shader brush. It's really good for all over when you're trying to spread something out. So I'm just going to go in with this all over the lid, just like that right there. I'm going to go ahead and blend that out while it's still fresh and manageable. And all it's going to do is just give me a nice base to work off of. It brightens the eyelid enough that the color really pops. Now my eyelids are pretty light already, but this just helps to make it even and not have any little areas that aren't all the same color. So I just go in and do this. And I wanted to get this one done before summer was over. I think it's an excellent summery drink. It's beachy, it's fun. I always think of Miami when I have a Mojito. Don't ask me why. I guess just my personal experience makes me think of that. The same way that if I go to New Orleans, I think of hurricane. So, yeah. I love a good Pat O'Brien's Hurricane. Really great place on in the French Quarter on Bourbon Street. Love that place. Okay, so now that I have all of that done, just like that, you can kind of see that it's now white. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with this fluffier brush. This is a Morphe E13. It's just a little fluffy brush. I'm going to go into the palette that I have not even opened yet, so let me open it. All right, now that I have it open, I'm going to go in with the white in this palette, which is in this top corner. According to that, it's just number 1. None of these have any, they don't have names, they're just numbered. You can see on the back right there. So I'm just going to go in with number 1, which is white, and I'm going to go in with that fluffy brush, and I'm just going to kind of cover the entire lid. I want it as bright and white as I possibly can get it. The Mojito is a clear drink, and so I want it to be a nice bright with that pop of green. And yeah, it's gonna look a little weird at first, but I think we're gonna be able to make it look kind of cool. I like doing bright colors on my lid. And if I'm gonna go with something a little more everyday, I'll put sometimes a pop of color on my lower lash line, and that works too. But I do have this palette that I wanted to use, and I have a new Urban Decay eyeliner in green. It's called Overdrive. Isn't that a pretty color? I just thought that this would be reminiscent of a really tasty mojito for the summertime. I mean, we're getting close towards the end of July here, which is shocking. And I haven't filmed in a really long time, guys, because honestly, my skin has been going through it. I mean, just absolutely going through it. I'm really not sure what the issue has been, but wow, it has been crazy. So yeah, there's that. Now, I want to go through the, with my Sigma E40, I want to go through the center, and I'm going to use this peachy color. It's number 3 in the palette, but it's just a pale peachy color. I'm going to use that as my transition color because I do need something going through the center. So I'm just going to kind of put a little something, something between there, and I'm using this light peachy color because it's a good choice besides a medium brown or something. It's closer to my skin tone, so it's not going to stand out as much, but yeah, it's going to help soften some of the harshness that I put on when I start really adding those greens in. Because even though this is meant to be very colorful and that sort of thing, it's not, you know, meant to be, you know, drag makeup for sure. I'm just trying to give you guys a fun look, experiment with some color and that sort of thing. I wish I knew how to do drag makeup. I mean, I've watched tons of tutorials and that sort of thing. Of course, I watched Patrick Starr and people like that, but I've never tried drag makeup. Just, you know, the way that they do their brows and things like that. It shouldn't be that hard for me because it is so, there's so little brow hair there that I have. My brows are very, very sparse, and they're a little more sparse right now than they've been in the past. It's just one of those things. Hey guys, sorry about that. I had to answer the phone. Okay, so I'm back to my transition shade that is that pale peach color. And yes, it is going to be really, really bright. If I backed up off of this mirror and the light in it, it would probably help, but if I turn it off, it's too dark. So I'm just trying to figure it out. I've got my ring light right here, and I've got this right here so I can see up close. But my filming equipment is not state-of-the-art by any means. So there's that. Okay, so now I'm ready to go in and really start working on some greens. And I'm thinking because I do want to go into the crease more, I think I'm going to go with this aqua color right here. That is going to be color number 30, I believe, but it is just a matte aqua. But I think that that'll be really pretty because, I mean, you know, even though it's a clear drink, if you know, can see the light through it and everything, you're going to see some bluish green colors. So now I'm going to go in with an even more precise brush, and I'm going to start building up that color. I love it. That's beautiful. I love, love, love aqua. Now, of course, cobalt is my favorite blue color, but this is a really pretty color to use as a transition because it's still in the green family. And I'm just gonna keep building it up. Okay, I have blended that out pretty well. I just continued to dip in so that I could build the color up because I wanted a good foundation. Now I'm just going to keep the same brush and I'm going to go into the next color, which is going to be, I think I'm going to go in with this color here. It is more of a green than it appears on camera. It has a touch of blue to it, but it definitely is more green than anything else. I'm just going to kind of go in on my lid with that and start building up. And this is not going to be a traditional eye look as far as putting satins or mattes or glitters in particular areas. I'm going to just go more with color than I am anything else. But I like using this little fluffy brush. It's small and precise, but still fluffy enough that it blows it out, and that way you don't have, you know, any harsh lines usually. It's a pretty good little brush. It reminds me of one I have from Real Techniques that is the same way. It's got a purple handle and it's small and does a pretty good job as well. Okay, just like that. Just building it up. Okay, so that's what I have so far. Now, I'm gonna go in with a different brush, and let's see, which one do I want to use? I think I'm gonna go in with just a small, this is a Eco Tools brush. It's just a dual-ended brush. I'm gonna go in with this brush to build up my outer corner, and I'm gonna be using this dark color right here. That one. It's a beautiful hunter green satin. I'm just kind of stamp it first. And then I'm going to blend out. Pretty dramatic color. Beautiful color payoff. And it is going to require a good bit of blending, but you can see the beautiful color payoff that I'm getting. So let me go in and catch the other eye up. Okay, I'm going to go back in now, and I'm just going to blend out that crease where it meets that dark outer color. That way the line is not too harsh. Now let's go in with, I'm going to use just this, where is it at? Where is my flat shader? Here it is. I'm going to go in with my flat shader brush, and I'm going to use some Fix Plus. And I'm just going to kind of squirt the top of this brush. It's just a little flat shader brush. I'm going to squirt the top of that just to wet it. Just one little squirt will work. And then I'm going to go in with this color here. And I'm just going to put that right in the center of the eye. It's a good transition color between the dark and light, and it's nice and sparkly. It's a pretty satin shade, so by wetting my brush, it's going to give it a little sparkle. Not a whole lot, but a little. Just a little is all we really need. Okay, let me wet my brush and go back in for the other eye. Izzy's whining, not really sure why, but she is. She's a mess. Okay. That just causes it to be a very good ombre effect. Guys, that's some green. That's green. Okay, now what I want to do, let me put my Fix Plus away. I'm going to go in now with that same brush that I went all over with. I'm going to go back into my palette, but this time I'm going to go in with this one here. It's a very pale champagne shimmer, and I'm going to just use that for my brow. Just to kind of blend it out a little bit, take away some of that sharp look. And as I blend, it's going to help some of that stark white. And I'll change the lighting here momentarily so you guys can get a better, more of a daylight than this bright look. But this helps you see the colors as I'm applying. And then I'll give you just like a regular daylight look. I'm sorry about the background. That's just, guys, that's my crafting where I do my plan with me videos for my other channel. And if you're not subscribed to my other channel and you're interested in organization and planning and things like that, then by all means feel free to go over there and check that out. There'll be a link in the description bar. But I think this is about where I need to be with this. Now you can see I have lots of fallout here, which is going to happen especially when you're using a dark, you know, color like this. So what I'm going to do, I keep these Equate wipes in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in with that and I'm going to clean up. Now, it's never good to rub your eyes like this, I know. But it's the only way when you're doing a look like this to really clean up and get that sharp outer look. And yeah, it is not a very wet towel. I do not like these, so I just use them for cleaning up and that sort of thing. It's coming along. Here we go. It just, because they're not overly wet, I'm having to add a lot more pressure on that sensitive under eye area than I would ever want to. But you gotta do what you gotta do if you're gonna do anything like really dramatic like this. At least I've gotten that outer sharp line. It's nice and clean. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna do my brows because I really need to do those next, and then I'll come back in with my eyeliner and my bottom lash line and mascara. Okay guys, these are my brows to this point. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna film my new makeup routine. I have changed up the way that I do things. I found some new tips and things that really work for me and my mature skin. So I'm gonna go off camera, I'm gonna film that part, and that'll be another video that I put up later on. But for now, I'm gonna go off camera, I'm gonna get the rest of my makeup done, and I'll come back and finish my eye look, and that'll be it probably. So yeah, let me go do that, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, what I have done is I have done my makeup, everything, my brows are ready, everything is ready except for my lower lash line with liner and smudging it out, then of course mascara. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in now with this Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the color Overdrive. It's a really pretty green. Let me give you a swatch so you can see what I'm talking about. That's the color. It's beautiful. It's almost the exact color of the color in the Dreamer palette, the Modern Dreamer palette. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go in. I'm going to tight line the upper lash line. Just like this. These are really creamy, nice, easygoing pencils. They do glide on so very easily, so they're, you know, they're named well. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to tight line and the water line. Okay, just like that. And you can see what a beautiful green. And then I'm going to just go into the lash line just a little bit in the outside, probably like maybe almost halfway, I'd say. Just give a build up of it in the lash line. almost halfway. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this Morphe pencil brush, and it's an E24, and I'm going to go back into the palette, and I'm going to go into that color, that deepest color, which is almost the same color as the liner itself. I'm just going to kind of roll the tip of it into that color just a little bit, knock it off, and then I'm going to go in and I'm going to buff this out. So I sort of pat it on there just a little bit, sort of to sit it down just a little bit. And then I go in and I'll start blending and smudging. It works really, really well. I do go up just a tad onto this upper lash line and in that corner. If you want to bring it out to give yourself the illusion of, you know, a little bit of a wing, you feel free to do that. I'm not going to do that today. But I really like the look that it gives. It's a beautiful, beautiful green. I absolutely love it. It's a very easy color. It would be a very pretty color if you wanted to do just a very neutral color. You could do the neutral color, and then you could do this on your lower lash line for a pop of color. I know that if you have brown eyes, this would be gorgeous. So my brown-eyed friends out there, this would be gorgeous. I do believe if you had green eyes that this would really enhance the color of your eyes as well, but I know that this would be gorgeous on my brown-eyed friends. I really do think it would be something that is absolutely stunning and beautiful on darker skin tones as well. Now, you know, I am tan at the moment, but, you know, if I needed a green moment, I wouldn't hesitate. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful color. And it does remind me of that sweet mojito. So that's what I'm going to be doing with my eyes. So actually my eyes are finished at the moment. I did bring it out just a touch. But that's what I'm going to do with my eyes. Now for my inner corner, I'm going to go back into that second color, that champagne. Let me find, here's another pencil brush. This is a pencil brush from Sigma. I'm just going to go back into that second color there, which is that champagne color. I'm just going to twist my brush in there, and I'm just going to give myself a little bit of a light moment there. See what a difference it makes? Oh, I love it. This is a great palette, guys. I'm really impressed with the color payoff and the variety of colors in here is just, and finishes, mattes to shimmers. It's amazing. There are a couple of these that appear to be a little more glittery than others, but I did not have any more fallout than I would have expected. So there's that. Okay, so that is pretty much my eyes. Now, since I'm not going to be using a waterproof mascara, I'm going to go ahead and set my face now. Everything is finished except for my lashes. So while my face is drying after spraying with my finishing spray, I'm going to go in and I'm going to curl my lashes. So let me go ahead and do this. So I'm just going to let that be drying. Curl my lashes while that dries. I do like to get it off my lips. I just don't like the way it feels or tastes. That was my Scandinavia setting spray. It's my favorite. It'll be the one that I always use. I do go back and forth between that and the Urban Decay All Nighter, but I use that because it's a travel size, and I just feel like that it looks, you know, the same, and it's made by the same company, so I'm really not surprised by that. Got a little bit of an itch. Now let me go in and put on my mascara, and I will be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. I have finished my makeup. I went in with my Urban Decay Glide On 24/7 in the color Overdrive. Then I went into the same outer corner color, patted that down, smudged it out, and I used my wonderful Great Lash from Maybelline. I love that mascara. I think it's a really good mascara. I didn't want to do anything that was waterproof today. But this is the finished look. I think it looks so cute. I think that is a great green mojito loving look, and that's gonna be it. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick little tutorial. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be missing any footage or not. If I'm missing footage from doing my lower lash line, now you know what I used and what I did. It's really easy. It's not anything all that out of this world other than it's a really bold color, but I do like it. And even though it's a really bright green look, I still like the color with my eyes, and I think it would be a fun look and a really dramatic look for any time at night for sure. I really like the look. I like the way that it turned out. I love the inner corner highlight. I think that's a beautiful color. Really impressed with the Modern Dreamer palette. So far, all of the colors that I've used in there have been really pigmented, very smooth, and easy to work with. So that's going to be it for my next episode of my cocktail series. I hope that you guys enjoy, and yeah, go create a pretty green look. This would be something you could do for, you know, like St. Patrick's Day even, but not the totally bright green that is the Kelly green shamrock color. It would be something that would be much more suited for work, for example. So yeah, if you're dressing up for, you know, a particular event and you need green, I think this would be a great palette to grab from. It's a pretty inexpensive palette, especially for the quality and amount of colors that you get. I think it's amazing. So yeah, you can find that at Ulta in-store. I believe it's an in-store exclusive. So yeah, there you go. And that's going to be it, guys. I hope that you have a wonderful afternoon and a great evening. I will talk to you later. Bye.